giving a brief introduction of UPM hackers, and then introduction of DSC Developer Student Club, and then also a tech career sharing. So yeah, so these are a few housekeeping rules to make sure everyone follow. So firstly, all questions are welcome throughout this event. During the talk session, right, you guys can feel free to just shoot any questions to the panelists, and then turn on your cam and keep your mic on mute when you aren't speaking. So you can feel free to turn on your cam if you are comfortable, and if you are not comfortable, it's fine. And then enjoy the event and be respectful, because this event will be recorded fully. So firstly, I think without further ado, I would like to invite our co-founder, Mr. Bungkit, to give a brief introduction of UPM hackers. So I will stop sharing right now. Yeah, Bungkit, you can take over.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, Jada, for introducing me. So hi, everyone. Once again, welcome to UPM Hackers. This is our first event. I am Bunkit, the co-founder of the club. Another co-founder is Jada. And currently, I'm at my second year of study. I'm studying statistics. And yeah, so let me see. We already have 56 people in the meet. It's quite a lot. And it's actually just about a month ago before we decided to start a tech club in UPM. And we didn't expect to have this many people to have interest in our club and coming to our first event. So a very great thank you to everyone coming today. So today I'll be giving an introduction of UPM hackers to you guys. I believe many of you might have wondered before, why isn't there a tech club here in UPM like what other uni have? Like they have their app club and also their DSC. Sunway has their Sunway Tech Club, and many other uni has their own. And we can often see events and activities by other unis that we wish we were part of the community, like the events that we are very interested at, but we can't join because we are not in their university, we are not studying there. To me and JD, we see this as a huge loss to our university because our students don't get the opportunity to involve in this kind of events. So we think of starting a new tech club ourselves. And why is it important? It's because it encourages students to embrace new things and skills that they never thought of. Because of tech club, they will have events, they teach skills that you might never heard of before and can be useful to you. And the importance of tech club is a club can gather people, like-minded people, to form a community. When you want to learn something, you can find some friends in the club to learn it with you. When you want to join competitions out there, you can get some friends to join it with you. And everyone is here to learn and willing to share what they have learned. So that's part of the reason we want to make a tech club ourselves. So introducing UPM Hackers, a tech club here in UPM. We aim to help students to get themselves into the tech industry. And why we name it UPM Hackers is because for hackers, what we meant here is not the usual hackers that we saw in movies, where we are the bad people try to hack into others' computer or their system. The hackers here is the hackers in hackathons, where we apply our skills and knowledge to solve a given problem in some different areas. And this aligns with what our club want to do, which is to encourage students to use the skills they learn to solve problems around them. So here's our mission and vision, which is what our goals of our mission and vision, which is our pillars of our club. What we do resolve around these things. So first, we want to improve students' tech literacy. By this, we mean that the students should know more about what tools and technologies are used in different industries. They know the difference and hopefully they can explain it to someone else. They have a brief understanding. At least they are not clueless when people talk about them. And for tech literacy, even tools like Excel, Google Slides, and Canva can be counted as part of the tech literacy that we mean here. And second, we want to improve UPM students' employability. By this, I refer like we teach them skills that are important and useful when they graduate and want to get an internship or getting a job. Maybe like prototyping a product using tools, Adobe XD and Figma, web development, machine learning by giving workshops to the students. They will have a basic understanding of what the tool and the tech are. And through the activities that we have for them, we want to increase their competency when they apply for internship or full-time job. They will get more confident when they are interviewing for their job application. And thirdly is to increase students' awareness towards hackathons, tech trends, and career planning. These three are actually quite related. By participating in hackathons, students can apply what they learn to solve a given problems. They can also learn the tools and techs used by other teams or in the event. So it really helps them to grow themselves. They can understand the tech trends and also at the same time strengthen their career, their portfolio. By joining the competitions is very great experience for them to showcase to their future employer. And here is our goals in UPM Hackers. We want to build a supportive tech community where everyone is willing to learn and help each other. And we want to help students to gain hands-on experience by giving them workshops and also maybe organize small projects that everyone can do. We want to expose students and hackathons. We will update the news, the hackathons that we know that's currently ongoing or available to register. Encourage everyone to go for it because it's a great experience to learn. Even if you didn't win it, you still learn a lot from the experience. And help students with their career planning, improve employability. For this is we invite speakers for career talk to share their experience, share how to build their portfolio, share the importance of portfolio and projects. And lastly is bridge the gap between industry need and university education. For this is usually a wrong mindset is a wrong mindset for university student is they think what they learn or taught by the university is enough for them to get a job. But that's absolutely not true. Because you still need to help candidates applying for the job. You need to have something special, or you need to have the skills that people don't know, or they didn't learn it before, but you did. So moving on to our teams, we have 3 teams right now. We have content and marketing, operations team, and human resources team. For content and marketing team, we have Bashir, Sarah, and Hiteng. They are in charge of our social media accounts like Instagram and Facebook, where they post event posters and IG stories made by them. We have operations team. We have Junren, Akil, and Kelvin. They are the one handling the event content. They approach and help our club to source speakers for our club events. And for HR team, we have Koyim and Dylan. They take care of our internal affairs and also the registrations and invitations for our events. So here are the activities that we have. We have workshops. Workshops is to help students to upskill themselves. The workshops can be learning a skills and then do some questions or practice during that time. This is providing an opportunity for students to try new stuff and then maybe pick their interest and then they go and learn more themselves. So we have Career Talk. Career Talk is where we invite guests and speakers working in the industry to share their experience and insights. I think this is very important because by listening to others' experience, it can help us in many ways. First, what they share is the unseen side. The most commonly unseen side means we can't really touch it because we are students. We didn't involve in the role or in the industry before. So by having them to share the experience, we can see many things that we don't know before. And the reality is often not what we have imagined. It's not that good or not that great, the working hours or the working experience. And by listening to others' experience in that role, we are able to know more about what we want to do, maybe about our career choice. We know that, oh, this sounds like something I want to do. This is not something I want to do. And even so, we can choose to learn or imitate what they have done to reach where they are today. We can also learn from their experience, avoid the mistakes that they have done, and reduce the chances of us failing. And then we have Tech Talks, where we invite also speakers to share latest tools, frameworks, and technologies used in the industry to keep everyone at the latest trend. And also we have study jams. This is actually something special for DSC, Developer Student Club. It's by Google. They have tutors and also speakers to come and tutor students. They teach the student the course like Android, Flutter, or the Google Cloud, and then can earn a certificate from that study jam. And this is actually part of our plan since now the application for DSC is actually open. So we are applying for it now. And hopefully by end of this semester, we can get the results and transition ourselves into UPM DSC, which is to get more resource to help more students. And here we have our social media accounts. We have a website. It's a Google site that we made, UPM Hackers. We will also post the competitions that we collected and put it on there. So we have our Facebook, Instagram. This is our main channels where we post our event activities, our posters, and also we will have some have different kind of content on our stories. We have fun facts. We'll have also post article summaries that we found interesting that can help students. And also we have a plan to collect all the projects done by students and we post it on Instagram to showcase to everyone during end of the month. And lastly, we have a Telegram channel. If you guys are interested at it, you can go and subscribe to the channel to receive the latest event activities, the competitions, news that we collected. Yeah, so here are some points, and there's of course more. why you should join UPM Hackers. You should join UPM Hackers because you can learn skills and knowledge not taught in uni. There are many things that the uni is not teaching us. Maybe like the latest framework or how to pitch in a competition. These are not taught in uni. So by joining us, you can learn this kind of thing and enhance your tech capabilities. For this, it's where you apply your skills to competitions and to your projects that maybe you work with other members in UPM Hackers. By working in the projects and hackathons, you can improve your skills very significantly. Strengthen your portfolio, which is hackathons, and also you learn how to do projects, learn how to write your resume, make like-minded friends. Is because as I said in the earlier, coming to a club, the club gathers people with the same mindset, which is to learn and share, to participate in competitions, to learn, to grow themselves. So you can find a lot of friends that have the same mindset and join competitions together, have a great time together. And lastly is to contribute to the student tech community in UPM. For this, we want to do this club not just because as long as we are still in our study, we don't want it to be just a short thing. We want it to be a sustainable way. So we hope everyone can contribute themselves to the club, to the community. So this club can sustain itself until maybe 10 years or 20 years later to help more students. So this is a saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. For this, I know that we might not be the best candidates to initiate the club because we are not experienced. We are just we are second year students, first year students, and third year student. But I don't think it's a matter to bother with. We just start first and then we improve along the way. We are open to receive any opinions or suggestions by every student. So feel free to give any opinions that you have for our club, and we'll prepare a channel for you to voice out and help improving and building the tech community in UPM. Yeah, and I think that's all for me.
All right, so thank you very much to Bungkit for sharing why he started the UPM Hackers. So basically, we have seen a lot of resources out there, opportunities out there, but little students are involved due to actually either lack of exposure or they are afraid to step out their comfort zones. So what we are doing here, we are providing a support systems for the students and also for everyone to just learn and also take up all the opportunities. So moving on, right? Moving on, we will invite, it will be let me share my screen. So moving on, we'll invite Sarah and also Max and also Louis Yang to speak about the main topic, which is Tech Career 101. And then these speakers are really experienced speakers. We didn't just simply find some speakers. We actually go through LinkedIn and also we find that they are the right person to actually fire up our first event. So now I'll pass the floor to Sarah. Sarah will be our moderator.
Hey guys. Okay, so my name is Sarah and I will be your moderator for today's panel session. And it's very exciting to be here because today we have two super talented panelists together with us to share their experience and advices in working in the tech field. So our goal today is to learn and gain as much insights we can get from them about what it's like working on a startup and real life projects, and of course motivating ourselves to keep on learning to get to where they are today. So, before we go deeper about the panelists, I would like to brief everyone here today on the format for today's paneling session. So, there will be a 50-minute sharing session and a 10-minute Q&A session, which you can submit your questions through Slido. So, later we are going to post the Slido link. So, during the whole session, you guys can just submit your questions, and later the panelists will answer. So basically, 15-minute sharing session and a 10-minute Q&A session. So now that we're done with the format, let us get to know about these special people that we have today. So first up, we have Max Lee, which is the founder of Hexon Data, and Sundian Berhad. He has 5 years of business development experience in the tech industry. He secured a B2G contract, a transport SaaS, from concept to revenue. His latest brainchild, Just 9, is an intelligent mobility solution that is meant to repair the broken relationship between bus drivers and passengers. Max believes the future of smart cities are invented by the courageous and creative problem solvers or innovators who dare to turn ideas into bankable results. Very, very exceptional. And next up, we have Lu Yi Yang, which is a very skillful software engineer graduate that is currently interning at Vitrox company, which is an electronic company that focuses on IoT solutions. So one of the highlights from his long list of work experiences is working with a team at Mimos Berhad to develop an online voting system, which was a small collaboration between UPM and Mimos Berhad. And also, he helped in developing drones at Prestige Atlantic Asia, which is very good. So, do you have our speakers today?
Yeah. I'm here.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Hello,
Good
Sarah.
morning.
Hello,
Good
Lu.
morning to both of you.
Good morning, all.
Okay, so I have so many questions to ask after reading all of you guys' achievements, but um and since I'm a student, what I'm most curious about is, can you describe to us what exactly you do right now? And if you flash back to when you guys were studying and in universities, what project or activities that you think helps the most in getting where you are right now?
I think we can start with Max first.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Hi, thank you so much for UPM Hacker Clubs. Thank you, JD and Bungkit, for inviting me. Thank you, Sarah, for the brief introductions, and I'm happy to see everyone. Also, looking forward to your sharing, Lou. So, for your first part of the questions, I am currently working on quite various aspects of my startups. It's called the initiative is called Just Night. It's basically helping bus companies, the bus that you don't really take, the bus that you have a lot of negative stigma towards it. I'm helping them to transform through digitizations and cashless solution. My role in these startups is quite diverse. Basically, can be said that everything other than except for the actual coding itself. In terms of, I understood that today most of the attendees here are IT students. So I don't really code. I probably can't contribute much to what is happening in the actual technical side. But something about project management, or even like what just now Bunkit mentioned about using design prototyping software like Adobe XD or Figma, which is quite very popular here now. Yeah, these are the tools that we use in our company. We are a company just of a company of 4 people. So it's still very startups. So about what I done in my schools, back then I was a graduate from University of Malaya. I was taking mechanical engineering from the Faculty of Engineering. Probably not, probably no one here, right? Okay, fine. So back in uni, I was quite active, involving in various activities as well as contests or competition. I would say that all this actually give me open up my view, expand my horizons, as well as my social circle. Um, I think what you guys are doing today is really fascinating. It's very relevant at this point of time because a lot of graduates are still looking for job, especially during these pandemic times. So improving your competency as a fresh person in this society is really important. It's really timely. So I back in my uni, I joined a lot of contests. Not all of them won, of course. And I think that now you guys are in a very good times because the schools or even the ministry levels or even the external companies level, they organize a lot of contests, a lot of what you call that, events, or even recruitment activities, right? A lot of it happening right now compared to my times, or even compared to like 10 years, 20 years times, right? So yeah, I think so far, you may later on you may ask me more questions. So far I think you guys are doing great, joining a lot of contests. Even like today is a Sunday, you guys choose to wake up early and listen to learning something new today. All right. So yeah, kudos to you all. Kudos to UPM Hacker Clubs.
Okay, now I give some my perspective from like a finance fresh graduate, something like that, almost. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you, Hojada, and also UPM Hackers community for giving this opportunity for me to come here and share my experience and also what I've gone through all in my university life. So before that, like Max say, I really want to congratulate every single one of you here. There's almost like 60 something person here listening to this and also attend this sharing session here. I mean, because you guys made the decision to spend time to, especially in this Sunday morning, while your friends maybe they are going out for having fun or something, but you made the decision, you choose to come here for this session, and I can guarantee you that you are actually making progress in your life, because in this talk and or sharing session, I believe everyone will be uh, learning a lot of things. Okay, moving on to these two questions. Now I'm currently working as a industry trainee at Vitrox Corporation Berhad, and now I'm developing a application for the machine vision system for the company. And for the at the meantime, I also work as a freelance uh, developer. Now I am working on a website with Flow Digital to build a website lah. So next, about the what projects and activities that I think that benefited me the most. I believe that is that the actually all kind of project will benefit you. It doesn't matter how big or how small the project it may seem. For example, maybe just a class project, even though it might seem not really important, but if you make 100%, if you put 100% effort in every project that you, I mean, that you join, then definitely you will learn something and improve yourself in the process. But besides that, I think what other activities benefit the most is that you guys can join more competition. I really agree with Maxa here is that now a lot of company and also big corporation like Asiata, they almost every year they have organized all those competition, programming competition, like a startup idea competition, all sorts of all sorts of competition out there. This is a very good opportunity for you to like show yourself, show your talent to outside the world. Besides that, yeah, that's all for me so far. I give pass this back to Sarah.
Okay, thank you so much, Yang and Max Lee for the for the sharing. Okay, so first of all, Max Lee, Hexon Data has already stood proudly for 4 years, and it is focused on the intersection between data and public transport systems. Can you give us a little bit of background what you did before the startup, and when did you realize that you want to start your own company?
Okay, thanks, Sarah. So this actually started back in 2014 when I just about to graduate and I joined a contest. It's called MIT GSL. Is a startups is a startup contest jointly organized by MDEC, Magic, and also our Ministry of Education. So um, through this contest, I had the idea that uh, to improve public transport, to improve buses. So the idea was very simple, is to give real-time information to the public so that we all know exactly what time the bus will be arriving. That simple. Then as when I delve deeper after the contest, okay, moving from away from the contest, um, many people actually choose to stop at there. They do not want to turn this idea into actual product and bring it to the market. So I was different. I was thinking about how to actually bring this idea into a reality. But I thought it was really that simple. I thought that bus company would like it. There won't be any challenges. And I also thought that from the tech side, it should be straightforward as well. So not that I realized that later on, as I delve deeper into it, I realized that bus industry actually are having a lot of challenges in opening up their data to them. And what more, most of them, they don't even have the access or don't own any such equipment or such GPS trackings per se. They don't have the know-how, they don't have the infra, they definitely do not know the software part of it. And to adopt all these digital solutions or cashless solutions is pretty expensive, not affordable for them. So I eventually reached at the point that I would need to provide a much more comprehensive solution other than just providing convenience or so-called an app for the customer side or for the passenger side. I need to solve something even way earlier than that, right? Um, so I started this business in 2017. I actually first I was working and also doing this business idea on a part-time basis. So it was still a part-time idea. So um, during these 3 years, I was working for again, I was working for UM as well. Actually, 2 years I was working for UM. After graduate, I was working for UM for a while, 2 years. Then I was working for the commercial center, meaning that the unit that actually commercialize research outputs, like your patents or your copyright, all those stuff, right? I think UPM also have such, but UPM's strength is on agriculture products and R&D. Okay, then I was fortunate that my ex-director, she saw values and also the kind of spirit within me. It seems like I'm born for this. So she actually approved a small grant for me to start this business. But I mean, it was an open application. It was an open application, and I was one of the applicants as well, and shortlisted. So eventually, I took this grant money and turned it into a product, and used this another like 1 year, 2 years plus like that to look for market, to look for customer, and also talent to build this. Because as I mentioned earlier, I wasn't a programmer, but during this while, I understood that I have to communicate a lot with the developers as well, software developers. So along the way, I also pick up management skill, project management skill, design skill, um, to actually communicate a simple concept to the developers. Because a lot of developers, they may not very artistic, or they do not have a sense of design very well. So they would need to work with designer very closely. So yeah, this sums up everything. Why I want to do this, because I saw a problem in the bus industry, and I joined a contest, and no one wants to take it into turn it into a product. I decided to give it a try. Then turns out that it was quite a hectic journey, up and down. But yeah, eventually we still managed to get clients to believe in us and pay us money, and um, serving the public at the same time, still remaining profitable. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so basically, we when we find a problem and we try to solve them, and with spirit, we can do it, right? So, can you share with us a little more about your startup journey and some insights to people on what they should expect when they start their own startup?
The question is, what do they need to take note of when starting up? Is it, Sarah?
Yes,
Sorry.
and if you have like some experience, you can share with us on like what people who want to start. Yes.
Oh, okay. I I'm not sure how many people of you, how many the current students want to do startups or want to build a company. Um, but if you are one of them, or want to build your own company down the road, you would need to be you would need to grow personally first, because you are the nucleus, uh, founders, right? You are the nucleus of the company. So you will need to constantly grow yourself personally, as in, um, whether it's a soft skill or it's a hard skills. Um, you will need to learn a lot of things and learn fast and execute. And I think that attitude represents, like, attitudes determines a lot of things. Like the moment you are willing to wake up early and join these presentations, right, to learn something, right, is already a good sign that you are a learner, you are a humble learner, right? So attitude is one. Willing to learn and learn fast. um, you would still need to gain some actual exposure from the industry. Some people work, some people, um, they are fortunate, they have the family in this business, in this industry, or um, they actually have mentors who actually guide them through, right? Because you are young, you have to admit that you do not have enough experience yet. So to make up um, with the gap, you can actually choose to either work in that industry for a while, or you can actually get a mentors, or it can be as straightforward as just go to interview people. Basically, it's a sales lah. It's a sales discovery call, whereby you engage your potential clients, and ask them about what do you think about your solution that you are having here, and would they be interested to use and pay for it. That kind of that kind of straightforward manner. So it really depends on where you're coming from, and there are really no strategies. To me, I don't see that you must have a step by step and following through what others are doing. It can be just as unique it's really just very unique with respect to your own background. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the very insightful explanation, Maxley. Now, Lu Yi Yang, you're currently in your final semester in UPM and you achieved almost four flat. You achieved four flat in almost all semesters while doing so many projects. Can you share with us how did you manage the time to do projects while studying and how did you get the opportunities to be involved in those projects?
Okay. So for the first question about how I manage the time and all that, firstly I have to talk about the two things. First is objective, and the second one is priority. Okay. So first, objective. Okay, before that, I want every single one of you to think of what is your objective to attend this sharing session. Maybe I give a 5 second. Okay. Why you want to attend this course? Not course, sorry. This sharing session. Okay, you see, I mean, everyone here, not only as a student, but as a person in life, every single one of us, we have to know our goals and also objective in life. I mean, probably you are still unsure. Maybe some of you are still unsure, not sure what you are going to do after this, or maybe even don't know why you are studying this course. Okay, I mean, it's okay. I mean, everyone is different anyway. So I can give example for like myself. Actually, my first choice isn't to study software engineering. So back, I mean, few years back, maybe 4 or 5 years before that, actually my first choice is to study medicine, doctor. I mean, of course, every Asian family, they want the parents are either you become doctor, lawyer, engineer. Of course, I go for doctor because doctor pro like very pro. But then, unfortunately, I couldn't get. So I got software engineering as my study. So okay, then I accept it. So and I just continue on. So next, now is that your objective after you study this course? Okay, what you want to achieve in this course? What objective? What goals that after you achieve, you study in this course? What you want to become? Okay. For me, because I try to become a very good software developer because I believe if you are good at something, you are even for as an engineer, if you are good at it, you are better than a doctor, a normal doctor. So maybe some of you, there are 60 something people in this room. Okay, maybe not everyone here wants to become like me. Maybe you want to build something that they can change the world, they can change the future, like Elon Musk. You want to become someone like that, like him, or you just want to get a job or become go to the big company, become their CEO, something like that, or do you want to become a freelance developer? You work for your free time. So first it is very important you have to, at the early stage of your university life, you have to know your goals and also objective. After you know these two things, then you can decide how you're going to achieve it. Okay, then we're moving on to the next thing I want to talk about, which is priority. So I know that first, in order I have to go to a big company, for example, like Vitrox, Intel, AMD, Microsoft, Google, you have to be skillful and also be knowledgeable. So in order to become, in order to acquire these two things, you have to be good at something you study, right? So one of the things I decide is to to study very hard and get a good CGPA. So that, okay, now you have known your objective and also your goals. Then you set your priority to achieve it. And this is what I believe that how I manage my time. Because if your study is not your priority, then I don't think any method will do. Even you have a super guru besides you, if your priority is not to become good at something, then I think it is very hard to be good at something. So back to the question, if you are talking about manage time to do the project while studying, I will still go back to priority. It's all about priority in your life. If the project is your priority, you will anyhow you will get the time to finish it. If your priority is to have fun, and having spend time with your family or boyfriend, girlfriend, I mean, I don't judge, but I mean, it's okay. It's priority. Everyone is different, but priority is go back to your objective, lor. So this is how for this first question, how I manage my time is that I set my priority and my objective right, and then I squeeze my time to do it. Okay, next about the how I get the opportunity to involve in those projects. Okay, this is very interesting question. Okay, for this, actually the resources is all around already. You know, the person you meet, actually every single day you're meeting them. It is the lecturer themselves. Actually, the lecturers, if you can ask them to give you some project, because the lecturer, they themselves, they have a lot of connection as well. So you can ask for them, maybe get a small project at first, because you cannot like suddenly join a big project with no experience. Or for example, in this sharing session, we have you guys are so lucky to you can see you can meet with Max here. Maybe after this you can ask him for some project. Who knows, right? So actually, all these project is all around you. The people around you. Maybe your uncle auntie they are doing some business. You can ask them. You can get a project from them. Maybe you build a website for them. It's all around you. The opportunity is that is how you manage to see it and grab it. But the easiest way to get to this all kind of project opportunity is the lecturers because is the nearest person next to you. The lecturers, the faculty, sometimes they have some project. This is how you get all this opportunity. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you so much, Yang. Okay, so Max Lee, in your opinion, how would you describe the change in tech companies in the past 3 years, and what do you predict will happen in the upcoming years?
The past 3 years, okay, I have to say that I may not know everything. I am from the smart city niche or smart city domain. The past 3 years has been, we have seen a lot of IoT projects and also digitizations happening at a very fast rate. And you can see that 5G from concept to implementation has been taking places in, I think Cyberjaya is doing some experiment on 5G. Certain buildings, they are trying to adopt 5G, and also the whole Selangor, they are in the process of laying down their own fiber optics that is independent of TM, instead of, because TM is Telecom Malaysia, right? Is currently is like the monopoly for the internet infrastructures. And mind that TM is a privatized company since back in many years ago. They are no longer a government company. So if you are a private enterprise, better to have more than one company, not monopoly, because it's good for customer and also good for innovation as well. So we see that monopoly is getting lesser advantage. To name you one in my industry will be Touch and Go. All right, everybody love Touch and Go. It's card based, it's convenient, right? But I predict that in the future, payment will be open up to. It's no longer just confined to Touch and Go when it comes to transportations, ticketing, and so on. It will open up to even more banks and e-wallets. Content-wise, I think that I predict that there will be more and more YouTubers coming up, more video contents, I would say, video contents creators. So I think that video, the ability to create video is very important for everybody. Whether you are an employee, to communicate your idea, your concept to your bosses, your superior, or for people like in the business where they need to communicate the concept to their customers or communicate to their stakeholders, right? So I would see that video, there will be more and more videos churning out, created. 5G is definitely one. IoT will be taking, will improve, whether it's cost will become lower, while the technology will become much more sophisticated, right? Payment will become much more decentralized. It's no longer just confined to one monopolistic company. So far, I could think of all this. I'm in smart city, I have to say. I'm in smart city. So if, let's say, for those of you who are interested in other things like agri-tech, edu-tech, or HR tech, right? Even like what you call that, HR tech, yes. So a lot of techs, right? A lot of niche area. All of them are experiencing rapid transformation. Also because thanks to MCO, a lot of brick and mortar businesses, they cannot open up their premises for usual businesses. So they are forced to transform digitally by hook or by crook. They have to do that. So you also see that government is incentivizing a lot of enterprises to go digital. Like the recent one, we have Selangor. They have this digitization grant of 5,000 ringgit. At the federal level, also we saw that the same thing, 5,000 ringgit for companies, for SMEs to adopt digitizations. I think that a lot of opportunities for the young people, just tremendous compared to like 10 plus years ago or even 5 years ago. The jobs are not getting lesser. Let's not get disturbed by the news headlines over there, right? Saying that fresh grads are not able to get employed, right? It's not true. It's not true because yes, the statistic is true. The statistic is true, but it is not true to me because you don't see opportunities out there. It's just tremendous. Imagine that a lot of the SMEs, right? They are traditional businessmen. They do not know much about IT. So you guys are when you guys start the business, right? You guys are the first time. Your first time doing business is already digital. But those traditional businesses, they just about to start to go into digital, and they are a bit middle aged, and they may not have the capacity to learn as fast as you to go digital. So the young is able to help the old and to bring them to transition them smoothly into full digitizations. Just tremendous, a lot of opportunity. And because of this gap, right, a lot of of uh, of parties, I would say, a lot of parties are taking advantage of this group of this group of people who do not know much about IT as well. At the same time, a lot of people are taking advantage. So imagine that you're building a landing page for 5,000 ringgit, a simple one-pager website for 5,000 ringgit. This is crazy, right? but really, there are a lot of people, a lot of suckers. They just got cornered by all these people, right? So just tremendous, a lot of opportunities. So if you ask me, I think that the opportunities, the opportunity windows are still wide because SME, that there are like 98% of companies are SME. Just like 98% of them are SMEs, and 50% of it, sorry, slightly more than 50% of it, right, haven't actually gone digital yet. Haven't. So it's huge. It's just huge. And SMEs are the economic backbone. One of it, I would say, one of the economic backbones for the country. Imagine you as a young people able to help this SME, or basically whether it's in your area, whether it's in edutech or agri-tech or in mobility tech, any tech, right? There will be SMEs anyway, right? And all these companies are thirsty for innovations. They do not know how, and they need your help. So yeah, make good use of your what you learn in your schools. Like Lou here, he actually asked you to focus on acquiring your hard skill in schools. Very well. It's very well. It's very true because you are in IT. IT is very demanding of you being competent, technically competent. So yes, focusing in your academic is definitely should be on your top of the agenda, right? So I think this is how I predict so far. It's not my prediction also. I think you can see it for yourself also. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Maxley, for the very well sharing. Okay, now that we only have 5 minutes left, I just want to ask to both of you, if you can say one thing towards future graduates, what it will be. Yeah, that's all. I think we can start with Yi Yang.
For the future, I think it's better. I think I just I try to answer some of the question inside the Slido there. So the first one is do employer look at our GPA or CGPA? Yes, of course they look. If your CGPA is like 2.0 compared to like another person 3.5, of course they will look, they will choose the 3.5. But from what I see, if you can get 3.75 or above, after that, not much difference lah. So CGPA is important. Don't listen to those, so macam yes punya person. They say CGPA is not important. If there's, maybe they are true, but look at where are they doing right now. So CGPA is important. Okay. What programming language are suitable? I think this one, programming language is not important. I want to repeat, programming language is not important because when you're moving from one place to another, you will be using different tech. So for example, for this project, last project, the drone IoT project, I'm using Laravel PHP. Okay, now in Vitrox, I'm using C++. So what language, it doesn't matter, but the core foundation, the concept of the programming language, you have to know. For example, like the loops, the conditional statement, like for C++, it will be a more special. They have pointers, reference. You have to know all the concepts here, class, OOP. This is what important, because different workplace you will be learning different thing. There is no such thing as you learn one thing and smooth you work until you retire. That one impossible. In real world situation, you are constantly learning new things, and you need to apply it into your job. And just a quick advice: get more experience and study well. Take care of your body, because mind-body connection is very important to maintain your good health. And yeah, that's all.
I would like to actually answer some of the questions in the poll there about do you need a computer software degree, right, to get a tech job?
No need.
Actually, no need. Yes, no need, because you can learn programming on your own. Actual coding, you can learn it. You just need to have the concept of how those logic works, those logic statements, like what Yang have mentioned, right? You will need to start from there. It's basically a series of steps, a series of logical steps to execute an objective. Then you can call this a package. Then a complex software would have a lot of packages. So this is how you can learn on your own. So the answer is not. How many hours? That's very interesting, right? How many hours of sleep you guys manage to get every night? Young, how many hours you get? I wonder.
Depends lah. So far still survive lah. Okay lah, can lah.
Can. Yeah, I think yeah, for me it's about 6 lah. Yeah, for me it's about 6. 6 is good enough for me. You need to know your optimal operating sleeping hours. You would definitely know that through right now, especially right now, because you are in uni. You're probably very busy, so you would know how many hours of sleep you need. And what is happening in your uni right now, basically nothing much going to different down the road. This is your habits already, your number of hours that you need. Okay. how to raise money for a startup. Technically, I do not raise any money yet, not formally. It's just basically a grant and also an angel. But I think you can learn a lot from internet lah. About hiring for interns, yes, I welcome interns. I do welcome interns. Later, maybe you can get from your organizers my contacts, my email. Yeah, I welcome that. Yeah. And yeah, I want to answer also one of the interesting questions here. The programming, the tech stack that we are using, right, in the company, and also what is popular, right? Not sure can Yang agree, but I think that right now JavaScript, JavaScript is very prevalent. It's getting much more matured compared to like 6-7 years ago. My company personally, we are using Node.js for the back end. Front end is Angular. And we also do use React Native for hybrid apps. Yeah, React Native. Yeah. I personally quite interested to know if anyone would try to code Golang before. I haven't seen much for people who use Golang. I saw that it's quite efficient as a yeah, Golang, yeah, quite new, yeah. So quite looking forward for anyone who code it using Golang. It probably could be a very promising future for this language. Yeah, I think so far I can answer this. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Maxley. Okay, now since we got a little more time, I want to ask Yi Yang. So can you share with us some experience during your internship, and if there is anything you wish you have learned before you start the internship?
Okay, for me, currently this internship that I'm going is what the new thing is that I have to learn C++ because before that I only know about Python, JavaScript, PHP, Java, those kind of school what I learned in this university. But then now I have to learn the new things like C++, like Vitrox, imaging library, like image processing library, those kind of thing. Then I will know all the like VT library, all the connection between the camera and also different kind of machine vision system. Like what I said just now, it really depends on what company you are working on. Because different company will be using different tech stack, but fundamentally, all the programming language is the same. Just that you need to be quick to learn the technology inside the company, and then from there you are moving on. Then you will be good.
Okay, thank you so much, Yi Yang. Okay, so we got like another 5 minutes left before Q&A. So I would like to ask both
Sarah,
of you. Yes?
Sarah, is it possible I would like to also ask, right? So I saw Bunkit saying that a lot of students, there are students coming from different background, not just IT, right? So maybe I can make one more point, right?
Yeah, sure.
I think that IT itself is not just about coding. So in the IT field, you will need different skill set, different people with different skill set. Whether you are someone who do a business analyst job, you go and gather requirements from customer, right? or you're someone who is doing the project management, there are a lot of opportunities in the IT field. So it's not just, or even sales role, sales, right? Sales job is quite demanding in the IT field because yeah, the technical guys can code it very well, but you still need it to bring it to the market, right? So that's why you need sales, right? So evolve more lah. I think it's not just IT per se. There are a lot of others opportunities for you. Yeah, this is one point I want to make.
I also want to add on from Max here. Yeah, even you're from different background. It to me, from what I see, it really doesn't matter because where I'm working right now, okay, there are some people. There is people. There is someone which is they before that he studied biomedic, but turns out he now working as a software engineer. So so you can see, right? So from it doesn't matter where you come from, what you study, but as the most important thing is that you have the right attitude, and also you can learn fast.
Agree. Learn fast is very, very important. Especially right now, there are a lot of tools outside there that could let you build a prototype fast, to create a demo video fast, to have a frame to think about your business model fast, right? Like business model canvas, lean canvas, right? All this is to shape your thinking. I think there are just tremendous too much of tools outside there and also opportunity. You just um, need to find your focus area lah. Like what Yang just now mentioned, your priority. Even when you comes to selecting which businesses or which idea or which project that you want to do, right? It still comes down to your own priority. There are so many things that you want to do. I understood as a young people, as an optimistic young guy, you saw a lot of opportunities. But in the end, right, you can only select one or two to do. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Max Lee and Yi Yang. So I think right now we can open to Q&A questions already. Are you guys okay with that? Okay, so I see lots of interesting questions over here. So first of all, there's someone that asked, any ideas how students can start their startup while studying? And I think this is directed to Max Lee.
Okay. I already started my startups. Other things not the bus project, right? I started other things back in my uni times already. I did a sales job selling ebooks. I was at one time was doing food delivery for 2 semesters. Actually, more than that, 1 year, almost comes to 2 years now. So any idea how students can start their startup while studying? Is it you're asking how or what? Actually, you can start your startup on the side. It's just like how Yang is doing his freelance while he is having his daytime job. No conflict if you know how to manage. In fact, it actually will reinforce your overall competency lah, right? So like for students, it will reinforce your skill in managing time, improving your multitasking skill, improving your critical thinking and problem solving skill. And all these skills will be able to reinforce back in your own assignment or your academic pursuit. All are they are all like self enriching. It's a good cycle lah. It's a good cycle. And any idea? Do you mean like which idea? This you really have to go and find out your own. Like for myself, when I started food delivery, because all the canteen, we call it as Dewan Makan, DM, Dewan Makan, all closed down. All the hostel Dewan Makan closed down back in somewhere 2012 or 13, I can't remember. Yeah, for UM lah. I can't remember if it's applicable to other other campuses. So I started a food delivery just at the nick of, just at the right time lah. Right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Max Lee. And for everyone listening, actually, Max Lee, when he was in UM, he was the founder of Deli Deli, which is a food delivery service provider when he was a student. Okay, so actually, I want to read a question that caught my attention at the Google Meet. Xia Wen Chuan asked, I want to ask, do you guys join the projects, any projects, with full preparation, or you guys just learn it along the way?
I think this can let Yang.
Okay. Normally it will be learn along the way, because only through you are only through working on it, so you identify those problems, and from there you will look for solution, and that is how you learn. It's not it's not like if you know everything already, then I don't see the point of like you can do. I mean, for just that normally it is impossible that you know everything because we are humans. Okay, so definitely in a project you will face challenges. So it is how you deal with the challenges and find a solution that is important.
I got an analogy for this, right? Do you want to know a girl or a guy who you do not know much and you are so curious about it? Or you want to get to know someone who from your primary school, or you already know everything about her or him? Which one excite you most? Should be the one that actually pique your curiosity the most, right? So even judging from your motivation, you are someone who want to go for something that is new or something that pique your interest, and even though you may not know everything about it, but you are willing to give it a try and you're willing to go all out to learn along the way. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much to the both of you. So the next question is, any tips on applying for internship?
Okay, I think I can answer that. So apply internship. So for this, when you are applying internship, you try to do some research on the company you are trying to apply. Actually, you can go to like those website like Glassdoor, JobStreet, Indeed. You can go there and research about the company and see their company reviews, because sometimes there are cases that people go to some small company, but then the company didn't give them allowance or something. So you have to make sure that the company is decent, not a problem company or those gangster company. So that is what most important. But after that, once you apply it, then you learn everything that you can from the company.
Okay, thank you very much, Yi Yang. Okay, so the next question to both. Would you mind telling us what kind of competition specifically can contribute to having a good foundation to create a startup company?
Oh, I can go first. What kind of competition? It really depends on which stage you are in, right? If you are still a fresh out students, or you are basically still an existing students, right? You may go for idea hackathon, right? Just give ideas and build prototype fast and Usually just 2 nights, 2 days, 1 night. That sort of contest. It's good for you because you want to shape your you want to build your competency in thinking fast and also execute fast. So building startup is about doing everything fast. So joining a hackathons or ideathons, all those stuff, it definitely will help. Then when you already have your own products, you can join accelerator. That will be very well. That will be very good. Yeah.
Okay, for me, I think yeah, the first one would be hackathon, but also try to find those competition that you have to pitch your idea, those kind of competition, because during the startup, it is very important to like get your idea through to the audience. So one of the, I think the pitch competition, those kind of sell your pitch competition is very important as well.
Oh, one more, right? Can also join. It can not so related to hackathon as well. You can join like case case study. What you call that? Case competition, whereby I give you a case and you need to devise a quick win strategy, and then you need to present your case. It's a bit like a consultant, you know, a consultant working in like top consultancy companies where you need to present your framework, your strategies, your that kind of things. That contest also quite interesting, right? And one more is join those which are where that evolve actual real life case studies. I do not know what is it called, but basically it evolve. It needs to put you into a real life in an actual companies, and then you have to uh, help to create strategies or solution for that particular company that you are assigned to. That will also put you into an environment for you to learn quickly and execute quickly as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so like on behalf, because we have so many people here, and I feel like maybe some of them they are interested in hackathons, but they are scared that they don't have enough like programming skills. So can you guys like give us like what to expect in hackathons and like what do you really need to like have really good programming skills to join it?
Yang first lah.
Okay, this question, to I give you an honest answer. I think yes, programming will be important because in a hackathon you have to actually code the thing. So if you are not good at code, then how you going to join the competition, right? Understand? That's my opinion. But perhaps in a team of maybe you join a hackathon in a team of 5, maybe you are good at like pitch the idea to the audience. Then perhaps the other 4 people will be very good at coding. So you have to have a balanced team of people. So if you are a single person, then you go there and do the hackathon, then yeah, programming is important. But if a group of people, it depends. But better to have a good programming skills. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but like for my case, I currently joined a hackathon, which is hacker makers. Yeah, and the thing is that I what I see from the competition is like I know very well in Python and Java, but then there are so many other people where they require other programming languages like C++ or maybe frameworks like TensorFlow, which I haven't learned before. Then that will put me in a very big disadvantage in hackathon. So how should I overcome this barrier?
Max, you want to answer?
I am not very familiar, but I believe that all these TensorFlow, all these modules, right, they are already ready in certain cloud platforms. I think in most of the cloud platforms, like Amazon, right, Azure, uh, you just need to know how to make it work, need to configure it. Because in an ideathon or hackathon, right, you're not expected to build a new TensorFlow model, a new machine learning models, right? Or create a new algorithms for it. You just need to plug and play it and make your idea and visualize the outcome. Yeah.
Yeah, the outcome is very important. What the thing that produce result. So Dylan, right? Dylan.
Yeah.
Maybe I think you're trying to say that people are using those very pro tech and but
Yeah, I got it. Yes, correct. Because like we students, right, we just try to learn as much as possible from internet like Java on how to code in Java, or maybe build mini projects in Python and C++. But those, they use like different frameworks, which we
yeah,
haven't really mastered it well.
it's like people are using like Django for building website, but you are just using pure Python like that.
Yeah, that's very
But
big difference. That's a very big difference actually, in a way.
it's it's not really important as long as you can produce the outcome. As long as your application or your system or anything that you do for that competition can produce the uh, good, accurate, fast, scalable result, then it's okay. But of course, the if you are using those high tech one like the Django, TensorFlow, that like what you say, it will only speed up your process. You know, all these tools, like all this framework, the library tools, is to help the developer to speed up their development time. If it, it the only purpose of all these tools is to help you to develop something. It's
True.
not that if you are using all this very high tech stuff, but your application, your system, or anything that you build cannot produce the correct, accurate, scalable outcome or result, or the data that the customer want, then it's a failed system. But of course, if you can learn all this TensorFlow, of course, it's the best lah. But
Yeah, because I tried learning like CSV file, you use a data visualization, so on. I just know how to use it as a basic tool lah. But then if you want to apply it in like real life problems, then it will be a very big challenge. That's what I feel lah.
but it's okay because
No,
this is
sorry.
how you learn. From here, you learn all this stuff. But you see, if you learn all this at now, you are already at advantage compared to your other friend that do nothing. You know, so is you are doing good job already. So continue.
Oh, thank you.
Don't 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 be scared of like failure or something. I mean, it's okay one.
All right, thanks, Ian.
Okay, thank you, Yang and Max V for the input. So I think we have reached the end of this session already. So thank you so much to everyone who asked questions, and of course, especially to speakers that have shared so many insights. And we hope that everyone here have learned a lot. And it will be very, very grateful for us if Yi Yang and Max V here can give a little bit of final words for us, just for closure. That's all.
Okay, so just make good use of your time in uni times, in your campus, in your university times. Make meaningful connections, and make good use of time to start doing something that you really want to do. Know what you want early. Just like what I think I like what Yang said. Know your objective early in life. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, this one, what I'm trying to say, I try to make it short, but just this one, I put it in the chat. After this, you guys, when during free time, you can go to YouTube and see about the Toastmaster Championship 2014, I think. So this guy, he say, when I look at you, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so everyone has the potential, just that you have to find it for yourself. So for me, even I also don't know what I'm good at, but there is something that make everyone here special. Maybe you are good at coding, maybe you are good at design, maybe you are good at planning, maybe you are good at managing people. So the tech industry not only focusing on coding only. The tech industry is very big, but you just have to go find for yourself and do it quick, because there's 60 something person right here, right? You have to do it quick, because if you don't do it quick, then what's you are nothing different from the rest of your friend already.
Thank you very much, Yu Yang and Maxley. I feel like there are so many other questions that people want to ask. I feel like we need to do part 2 or this session with you guys, but it's okay. We have already ended this session. So thank you very much. And to everyone here, you guys can follow their LinkedIn. And if you guys have more questions to ask, you guys can get personal and just text them and message them at LinkedIn, right? Okay. So thank you very much. So I think I should pass to Jada already.
Yep. So thank you, Sarah, and thank you so much for the inspiring session, Max and Lou. We wish we could have more time with you guys. I'm sure everyone here is super inspired by you guys, like how I am. I feel like going to start my startup now and also get involved in projects. Also, I hope that we can also like cross path in the future. And I believe everyone here wants to connect with them. So feel free to connect with Max and also Louis Yang on LinkedIn, as networks is very, very important nowadays. And then here I would also like to suggest to everyone that are interested in startups, feel free to join the upcoming Magic University Startup Competition. And also for everyone that are interested in leadership programs, you can also apply for the Axiata CEO program, the ULDP. And so both of these applications are open now. And if you have any questions, whether on finding teams or whether questions about these events, you can just slide into our social media. So now we will take a short 5-minute break, but please don't leave first, as we will be having a covered quiz and you can win up some really cool gifts. Beside that, we'll also be having Shanazar, who is a handsome Google Developer Student Club lead for APU, which is one of the most prestigious university in IT. So if you want to be involved in the Google Student Developer Club lead or be part of the community, please stay and also check out how you can apply to be one. And hopefully we can bring our university, UPM, to a greater and more competitive heights. So for now, everyone can feel free to join the Kahoot quiz link. We'll like 5 minutes, give you guys 5 minutes to join. Thank you.
There's nowhere.
So alright guys, I will now pass it to Bashir for the quiz Malaysia boleh awak boleh ke? Yeah, so please be serious and don't cheat for this quiz, as the first winner will bring home 270 rupees. So that's a lot. Yeah, so
Let's go.
yeah, feel free to use your real name though, because you want to show everyone you're the best programmer, right? So you can see like your name is on top of the list. So we'll start the quiz once we hit 40 people. So yeah, there will only be one prize. Alright, I can see a lot of people are joining in. For the one that use metric number, I think maybe some real names will be better, because if you use real names, we can know who you are, so you can actually like flex to everyone, right? You're the best. We'll be starting this quiz really soon, so those that want to win the prize, just go ahead and put your name. Just a reminder, after the quiz, we'll be having our session with Shanazar, with Google Developer Student Club from APU. And so if you want to learn more about what a Google Student Developer Club do, and also what are the activities, if you want to be a lead, so you can please stay, and this will be our last session. Alright, so we have 40 people in. If anyone needs more time, you can leave in the chat, or else we will starts in actually 1 more minute. Alright guys, I think we can start the quiz now. So for me, I think it's personal compact. Maybe it's personal compact because PC is quite compact, right? Otherwise, I think some might go for private computer, because some people keep their private stuff in computer. So actually, there's someone that actually goes for personal. Oh, so you can see Warren is taking the lead. All right. I would say it's Java, because Java fan. See, I told you guys. So we have Chan taking the lead now. All right, next question. Which tag word is closely related to artificial intelligence? All right, Chan is still strong. Seems like Chan is taking back the 250 rupees. So the departments we have in UPM Hackers. All right, so we don't have purchase department in UPM Hackers. Oh, okay, so we see Chan has fallen to second place and Hing has taken the lead. All right. So how many co-founders are there in UPM Hackers? Yep, I think everyone has answered. You can skip. All right, so nobody choose the "Are you winning, son?" So it's fine. So next question. So Carmen Ng has the highest answer streak. So be careful, Carmen is coming up really fast. True or false? This one you got a 50% and get it right. Come on guys, this is easy. UPM have so many backups. So. And when was the UPM Hackers established? So I think it was last year. Last year we decided to actually start because we see there's a demand. Yeah. It's actually this year. All right, so 10 players have reached answer streak of 5 and Hing is still taking the lead. All right, next question. These are multi-select questions. So what are the objective and missions of the club? So make UPM great again. So maybe we are Donald Trumps of UPM. Is it tech awareness? Is it literacy or employability? All right, so we are not Donald Trump's supporters here. Chan has taken the lead again. Seems like Chan is taking home the 270 rupees. All right, next. We still have only 6 more questions left for you guys to beat Chan. Is it a Dogecoin? Or is it a tablespoon? I will go for a marble. I think that's the standard measurement. Oh, all right, it's a bit, so I might need to do more research on that. So next, so Chan is still safely securing the #1 place. All right, so next. So this is another true or false. I think it should be the same because both are Java, right? So I will go for true. Oh, okay, it's actually different. All right. So Warren, Kay, and Ray, welcome to the top 5. So what is programming? So to me, programming is stress. Creating a calendar of events. Oh, actually, someone voted for Trump. All right. So this is still the top 5. So you only have 2 questions left. So make sure you don't get any wrong answers. I would say it's scanning because you want to find the errors, right? What you need to do is you scan through the code, and then when you see the errors, you debug them. I would say it's scanning. Oh, it's actually debugging. All right, and so this is the final question for you guys to beat Chan. So all the best. Oh, this is the second final question, sorry. Is it machine? This is a tough question. All right, it's source code. So Chan is still leading the game. So if you guys want to beat him or her, this is your final chance, okay? All right, last question. Is HTML a programming language? Definitely. Definitely it is. Like we learn HTML in programming classes, right? So it's programming language. So in third place, we have Trainee. So congratulations, but sadly there will be no prize for you. And the first place is Chan. So Chan, feel free to just contact us, so we can actually send you the 270 rupees. Why ninth place specifically? Sure. So, yeah, so feel free to contact us, Chan. If you have any contacts, or you can just put in the chat your email so we can actually contact you. Yeah. But if not mistaken, you should be Chan Eng Hui, right? Going through the response list. Yeah. So now is everyone is waiting for this session. So now I would like to invite Mr. Shanazar from DSC lead from APU to, I wonder if you have any slides to share with us, or do you need me?
Yes, I'll share my own slides.
All right, Ken.
Yeah, I'll present my own screen.
You present his slides to share with us about DSC club in APU, and also how to become a DSC lead like him. So same goes like the previous session. The format will be Shanazar will present first, and then the Slido link is still available, so you can put up any questions for him, and then we will have a moderator, Kelvin, to actually bring the questions to you. So yeah, Shanazar, the stage is yours.
Okay, hello everyone. So let me start presenting my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Shan. So thank you for inviting me to be a speaker on this event. So I'm Google DSC lead at APU, So later on, I will explain what is Google DSC. I'm also, so we have our own tech club, which is APU Student Developer Society. So I'm vice president there. And I'm also working as a full-time now in APU as well as R&D assistant. Okay. So before I move on to explaining what is Google DSC, I would like to add something on the previous topic. So there was one question, like good question about like hackathon. So involving like, let's say, like someone said, like I know Java and blah, 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 but some other people, they know more advanced tools and more advanced techniques. Like how do you overcome that moment? So I just want to share my experience. During year one of my studies. So I started with foundation and then I go to level 1 degree. So freshly out of foundation, just when I started my first year of degree, I joined the hackathon. So when we joined, basically all of the participants, they were like level 3 students. So they were much more advanced than our team. So we just went as a like bunch of friends. So in my team, only my friend knew some, like a little bit of Python, and we wanted to develop like employee tracking system for HR. Okay, so it was quite difficult to do. So in the end, we got the second place. So we were first runner up, and at the end, this competition allowed us to go to a bigger competition in Penang later. So how we basically got to the second place is by so what we did is we basically faked our way through. So my friend managed to develop simple application, which is basically like showing some like who is connected to the router right now. So basically imitated the situation. Let's say some employee leaves the office, then we can see that he or she left the office. Okay, but it was very, very like small compared to what other developed. But what we did is, so like we're used, for example, in our case, right? So we're used this tool, for example, which like is called Prota.io. So it's basically like we developed interactive UI. So what we did is we basically focused on the business side. So we explained our value and also presented the UI. So basically showed them something. And at the end, we managed to get the second place. So that's the way to overcome like at the beginning when you are just starting out and you are not that experienced. That's the way to overcome and try to get more opportunities later on, because I'm always joining like all kinds of hackathons, workshops. So at the end, after maybe third hackathon, it was like I was like our team, because we're going for hackathons with the same team always. So our team gained enough knowledge and experience to make sure that we can secure like at least one of the top 3 positions, like skill-wise, technical skill-wise, and all the soft skill-wise. Okay, so. And another thing I wanted to mention, like someone was asking about programming languages, right? So in my opinion, the best thing to do is to find something that you like and focus on it. Because later on, when you come to the job, as long as you can code, program, and develop something in any language you want, let's say like Python, Java, JavaScript, or whatnot, you are still able to pick up the other new languages on the job itself. Of course, like during the application process, you should clearly state that, okay, like maybe I'm not experienced in that particular domain, but I'm willing to learn and blah, blah, blah. So that's my suggestion, okay? Okay, so moving on. So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm Google DSC at APU. So I'm foreigner here in Malaysia, and I am from this country. Okay, so we can see the Malaysia here. So this is my country. It's called Turkmenistan, and I'm sure no one knows about it. So I'm native Russian speaker, if anyone interested. Okay. Okay, so coming to Google DSC. So basically, DSC stands for Developer Student Club. So it's the program organized by Google. So basically, core problem that Google saw is the fact that when students graduate, they don't know enough industry knowledge to hire them. So the problem is they noticed that most of the fresh graduates that apply for the jobs, even for the fresh grad positions, they don't know enough for them to actually start to be productive. Okay, so at the end, like what they decided is like we should create a program that will teach them at least something, get them up to the level with the industry. So when we hire them, we don't have to spend that much of time for training. Okay, so that's the whole logic of Google Developer Society, Google Developer Student Club. Okay, so basically how they do it, they find the leads in the universities. So later I will show you how to apply, but you can apply as well. So basically, once you are a lead, you are a representative of the Google Developer Student Club. So at the end, you can basically how it's happening that you are the lead if you are selected. So basically, you need to find your team and start to organize all kinds of workshops and events. So basically, how it works is once you get the team, the Google will be constantly contacting you. So there is a local community in almost most of the countries, at least. In Malaysia, there is a DSC Malaysia, which will be supervising you on which workshops to conduct. If you have any questions or any problems, they can assist you as well. For example, let's say you want your club or society or something community to be recognized officially by your university, they will get you a letter that will showcase that you're officially certified to do these kind of operations. All right. Okay, so here is the link actually to apply for Google DSC. It's very simple process. So you can just click on apply, then you need to log in with the Google and just fill out the form. And basically, if you are selected, at the end, the Google will contact you and instruct you what to do. So there will be a constant meeting. In case of Malaysia, there will be a meeting with a group of other DSC leads and the representatives from DSC Malaysia. So it's like a core team representing Google DSC in Malaysia. So, and there will be other leads from other universities as well. So that's all it takes to get Google DSC into your university. So in normally in universities, there are different cases. So some universities have their own like tech communities, which later on become Google DSC as well. So and sometimes there is only Google DSC community, which is the main tech community in universities. So like in case of APU, like officially we are APU Student Developer Society. So it's our tech community, which was created quite long time ago. It overwent like many rebrandings, but at the end is this community. But later on, when we got our lead in APU, we also now became a developer student club. So basically the logic is like how we operate when we present our workshop. We mentioned that, okay, like it's a collaboration between our club and developer student club. So the person who is the lead is the one representing the Google activities, while the whole club is like, let's say you want to conduct workshop outside of what Google provides you, you can still do it under this name, like your tech club, your own university tech club. But everything that is provided by Google, you need to mention the developer student club. So again, everything is instructed, and you can learn this if you apply and select it as lead. So there is a long process also of understanding everything. For example, let's say like sometimes there are branding issues, like you cannot put this name on every workshop you start. So yeah, like all of the nitpicks are learned when you apply, okay? Because the guides are provided by local core teams. Like in case of Malaysia, it will be DSC Malaysia, Okay, and yeah, at the end, basically the job of the community will be to empower students to get like up to the industry level. So in APU, we are conducting many different hackathons, workshops, events, speaking events. So in case of APU, mostly we are focused on the actual practice knowledge. So in case of what Google DSC provides us with, so we learn the tools like the Google Firebase and Google Cloud Platform, which is basically like database, deployment, and everything combined in one. So it's a very valuable knowledge because let's say you build something, but okay, you need some data, like you need to store the data somewhere that you need to manipulate later. So for example, the Google provides tools for that for free, as well as let's say you need to deploy your app and showcase it to the world. You can also do it with Google. So that's the core focus of the Google workshop. At the same time, all the Google things like AI, the Google tools for AI, big data, Android development, everything is provided by Google. They will guide you, showcase how to conduct the workshop, and later on you just basically conduct it. Okay, how it works is Google, when they're providing the workshop, they will provide you the guides and the content, but they are not strict on how you teach it. So some of the clubs, I know, they will just showcase the guides, like the instructions, and they, like, for example, Google sometimes provides the online tutorials, so they will just leave the students to do the tutorials. So, but some of the clubs, like our club as well, we are basically as club members, we are trying to learn ourselves first if we are not sure about the contents, and then we are teaching the students ourselves. So like you can see on the photos, like here are some of the workshop. Like for example, this workshop is the Flutter workshop, which is basically the framework for hybrid mobile development. So basically, it's like you can write one code for web, you can use that same code for the mobile application later on. Okay, like we have the Git workshop here, and we have some Google related, like this one is big data workshop, for example. I'm stating here, yeah, we're on the Google event wearing Amazon AWS shirt. So yeah, that's the whole logic basically. And okay. So yeah, like basically that's all for me. If you have any questions, let's just proceed with questions. It will be more clear. If you have any doubts, I can just explain to you.
Yep. So Kelvin will be taking over this session. So Kelvin will share the list of questions that the audience has put up for you in the Slido. So Kelvin, feel free to take.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kelvin, and then I will handle these sessions. So yeah, Sean, can you? Alright. Okay, so for the first question, so hi. Okay, wait.
No, I see there's a problem, so I just take over to prevent that. Never mind. Can share it again.
Okay. Actually, if you want, I can just go through the questions and answer them because I can see them as well.
Okay, so the first question is, hi Shan, is there any tips to become a Google Development Student Club lead?
Okay, so basically, they will choose someone who is a little bit, at least knows something about development. So if you have some projects or some skills, you need to showcase that. They will ask for they will ask you to showcase the projects or your GitHub at least. If you have something, you can share. But at the same time, the most important part is how you describe yourself during the application and interview. So after you submit the form, there will be an interview. So they will call you, and for the interview is more important on how do you communicate, and they will basically mostly judge you by your attitude. Like, let's say, okay, like I know a lot of like programming languages, like I'm quite skillful technically, but but I don't have any motivation to teach others or something. So they will look at this, they will notice this attitude. So it's important to make sure that you actually like, let's use the trendy word, passionate about teaching and like empowering other people around you. So like it's about your mindset. If you like want to create a strong tech community in your university, so just find a ways to let them know about this. Okay, so that's the most important part. But some technical knowledge will be still good. But at the same time, okay, let me tell you, the DSC lead that was before me, so last year, like last year DSC lead, he wasn't that good actually, technically speaking. Like his technical skills weren't that good, but he was still selected simply because of his proactiveness. Okay, so that's the most important here.
All right, cool. So we proceed to the next question. So, what is the commitment level as a Google Development Student Club lead?
Commitment level. Okay, so normally it's about maximum, it's about one workshop per month actually. So there will be a max of one workshop per month provided by Google, but it also depends. For example, in like starting from the lockdown, the DSC Malaysia became quite slow, like all the operations slowed down. So therefore, there was like maybe only one event or workshop coming like every 3 months or something. So it's all depends, but maximum it will be one workshop or event per month. Because like if you need to take your time, you can communicate that with your like with the DSC Malaysia as well. So let's say like this month you are having exams or something. You can ask them and make them allow you to delay the workshop or event that should be conducted in this month to the next month, for example. And yeah, again, the most important part here is to find a team. So as long as you have some good members in your like committee group, it will be like normally everyone will have their time. Like it's not the big commitment, to be honest, to do everything. So because like let's say you have to conduct some workshop, you need to prepare the slides and so on, so on. You just find the committees that can help you to do this. And if you are doing it together with a group of people, then it's not that big of commitment. But it's if you ask me like whether you can, let's say, study well and be a DSC lead at the same time without hurting your studies, yes, you can. It's not a big deal.
I see. So proceed to the another next question. So what are some projects you did with the club that get the most impact among all students? It's like so far, and it might be can before you are the lead or currently, yeah.
Okay, so for example, we built oh no, not we built, but we trained a simple ML model once. That one of the most workshop that people were interested, because we hit it. It was before lockdown, and we hit the most trendiest time where the machine learning was like famous. That's why we had a lot of success in that workshop. So we just built a simple model, because the workshop was only was only one day. It was full day from morning till evening. So in one day, we actually managed to learn a lot. So we covered the theory, we covered the practice, we used Python, we used the TensorFlow. Okay, so the another things, we built the simple application to basically like show and fetch some data and show it to the user on Flutter. So just now I mentioned is a hybrid framework. So we basically were showcasing some movies and information about movies, like something like IMDb or similar services. So yeah, at the end, actually, even if you don't apply for a lead but participate, let's say like your current club, if they conduct the workshop and if you participate in the workshops, you'll have some at least 3 or 4 good projects that later on you can showcase when you're applying for jobs. Yeah, that's all.
Alright. So if we go back to the previous question, there's a follow-up question from Kwajunyi. So does the committee request to be a Google DSC lead to or anyone who just do it?
What is? Can you repeat the question?
This in the chat box there. Does the committee request to be a Google DSC lead or anyone can just do it? Yeah, it's the follow-up questions from the previous one.
Okay, so basically at the end, when you are okay, so I'm a lead now, so soon I will retire already. So at the end, the DSC Malaysia, in our case, will ask the leads who were participating in the club activities, and every committee will be awarded with certificates. So yes, everyone can participate in helping out. So basically, so it's up to the lead to decide who will be like recognized by Google. So, but yeah, everyone can participate as a committee.
So I'm sure this answers Kwajunyi's question, is it? Okay. So I proceed to another question. So is it expensive to host hackathons? Do you get any company sponsors?
Okay, so this is very interesting topic. So in our case, we even had to have few treasurers, so accountants. So basically, normally you should try your best to keep the workshops free. So you don't want to get the fees from participants. But at the same time, let's say there are some expenses, okay? Like let's say the workshop is full day, so you need to have some lunch, okay? For that case, normally we are not trying to find the sponsors, but we just have a certain fee from the participants. Let's say everyone pays like 5 ringgit, 10 ringgit, and we just find some, we're trying to find some companies or restaurants that can get us the discounted prices, like for the workshop activities. Like we just choose one, like local restaurant, for example, and we just keep ordering from them with the batch. So they will give us discount price. So we are managing to keep the cost down, but still feed everyone, okay? And normally the workshops do not require any money, especially now, like if you are conducting workshops online, like there are no expenses technically, virtually there are no expenses. And if let's say it's physically, in our case, what we were doing, we were requesting a certain room, a place from the university first, and then we're conducting workshops there. Okay, so normally there are not much expenses, but you need to be careful in how you're managing the money. Okay, so let's say you are collecting the fees from the participant, you need to have all the accounting information there, because there might be a case if someone, let's say there's something happened, there was some like bad case, something happened basically, later the Google will come to you. You don't want Google to come to you. Okay?
Alright, so the next question is, I think it's from a girl. So are you single?
No, I'm not single. I have a boyfriend.
Okay, so it's sad for those who are asking this question, but it's okay. So let's proceed to another question. So, how is the rate of activities and projects done now, since right now is COVID-19, and is the club still active?
Okay, so yes, for sure, because of the COVID-19, the club slowed down. In our case, we went huge change of our operations to online, because we have a certain, only like in our case in APU, we have a certain guides and instructions and all the steps that we follow before we are conducting the workshop. We have a long procedures, so we have a lot of documents there. So yeah, we're changing everything to online, and yeah, naturally the club slowed down. So, and also another problem is that most of our club committees were from the same intake, and most of them graduated at the same time. So currently we're undergoing recruiting, and right now the club is actually not operating because the recruitment takes all of our resources right now. So we're recruiting new committees, so it takes time. But we will start the operating May onwards. Yeah. So we'll have some workshops that are open to other universities as well. So later on, if you follow my LinkedIn, for example, you can find it, or you can find me on Facebook.
Alright. So the next question is, what happens if one university have a lot of people apply for DSC club for the uni? Is it more than one club or more than one people applying for the DSC lead? Can anyone clarify this question?
What happens if one year is lots of people?
Is it lots of club or lots of people?
I think it's lots of people, right? Like
yeah,
lots of people from one uni. Like basically, someone will be selected. So based on the like normal job, like we could say like job application process. Like many people apply, but only one gets selected. So it depends on your like how you perform during the like, application submission and the interview.
Okay, so maybe we can answer this question also. It's like, it's the same question, but then what happens if one university have lots of clubs, lots of tech club is applying for DSC club at the same time? Is it that university can have more than one tech club, or the tech club will merge together?
Okay, actually, it is possible for the university to have a tech club. So, for example, APU had previously had some communities, and there are still some communities. So, so basically, again, yeah, it's up to the lead to decide. So, if lead is basically the DSC person, so he's the one who is representing the Google, and again, like I can have the committees, like let's say for the sake of the Google activities, I can ask 2 members from one tech club, 2 members from another tech club. So it will be completely different entity. It will be only Google Student Developer Club. But the other tech clubs, like any other tech club, they can still operate independently. Okay, that's the logic. And let's say again, there are like 2 tech clubs existing, and there is a DSC lead. Again, he can collaborate with each individual club, or they can collaborate all together. In APU, what we did, we basically destroyed all other clubs. So what we did is we just tried our best to become the best club, and most of the other clubs are gone.
This is the monopoly strategy. Okay, so let's proceed to another question. So, hey Shan, thanks for the sharing. I want to join hackathons, but most of it requires programming skills. Do I need any programming skills to join hackathons?
Okay, again, so I will assume you are speaking from the perspective of beginner. So like, again, like from my first hackathon, we have 5 people, right? So only 2 people knew something about programming. So 3 of us didn't know anything, like 0. So it's more about what value you can bring to the group. So let's say you can design. Maybe you can do like video editing. Maybe you are good at understanding the problem and like coming up with simple solutions. Maybe you are good at researching. So we had one guy actually who were like very, very good at researching like all the case studies and so on. Like he helped us a lot to come up with a proper presentation. Maybe you are even good at making slides. Like or presentation, like in general. Like it all depends on what value you can bring to the group. So no, you don't have to know any programming skill to join hackathon, but it's preferable to have someone who knows anything about programming, at least in your group. So let's say you want to participate in hackathon, just find few people. Like you can always like, I'm not sure how do you guys communicate within your uni, but yeah, you can just find some people who want to join. You just tell them who you need in your team, and you can just lead the team. Why not?
Yeah, so that's the importance of connection. So we move on to the last two questions. So is it free of charge to invite workshop speakers for Android, Flutter, and etc.?
Invite speakers. Yeah, normally, I mean, if the speaker asking you to pay to come to speak, I think you just find someone who will do it for free. Like there are always people who will be willingly teaching or willing to speak about something. So you can just find them on, for example, you can find on LinkedIn. I guess it's the easiest way to find some people. So yeah, it is free. I mean, if someone actually asks for money, even though I never faced that, yeah, you should go with another person.
Alright, true. Okay, so do we get to intern for Google KL? Is it possible?
Okay, most probably no. And the reason why is the Google doesn't have strong IT operation in the Malaysia actually. In Malaysia, it's mostly about marketing. If you want to work for Google in technical field, in technical part, then you should go for Singapore. But yes, like the fact that you are recognized by Google will help you during the application and the interview process. So if that's your question. But mostly still, you are communicating directly with DSC Malaysia, not with the Google. So yeah.
Okay. So we're going to the very last question. So can someone be the one-man hackathon? I mean, like, can someone be the one-man hackathon team?
Actually, it depends. So as long as the people who organize the hackathon, if they allow one man, you can still do that. There are some people who can code the full app in one night, prepare the presentation and present well and still win. Like we have got people like this. So yeah, it's still possible as long as the organization allows it. There were cases where the hackathon organizer, they say like can have only 3 people, but some people still apply and mention that like I am only one. And sometimes there are cases where you find your team during the hackathon itself. Is also possible. So yeah.
So can you do this by programming the whole program within one night?
Can I?
Can you do this?
Of course.
Of course. Wow. Good. Okay, so seems like the questions keep coming. So what are your plans now after retiring from Google DSC?
I'm in my final year right now, so I'm just looking for jobs in Singapore, Malaysia, mostly. So yeah.
Okay. So I think that's all right. Yeah. Any questions? I'll give you 5 seconds. Yeah, so please drop down the questions if you still have any follow-up questions or want to ask to Shan, the handsome guy. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so that's all. So thanks, Shan, for the sharing. Yeah. So I pass back to Jada.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so thank you very much to Shan. Do you have any final advice to UPM students? One final advice from you, Shan.
So I'm okay. I'm speaking from the perspective of nerd who doesn't sleep. Okay. So what I would like to tell you, again, it's related for the tech communities. Like, don't get confused by all of the choices, all of the things you can learn. Okay. Just find something that you like and do it. Let's say you like Java. I would say Java sucks, but I mean, why it should stop you? You should just go and learn it. Okay. And in my opinion, like in my personal opinion, right? So why I'm doing this actually is because I just like money. Okay. So I want to earn. So if you are that kind of person, right, you want to get a good job, good career, what you can do is to just go find the job postings, see what the companies want, go and learn it. Done. Like in 3 months, let's say 3 months in proper learning way, like after classes, you just come home and just sit and learn till like maybe like late 1 a.m. or something, okay, you'll be good to, like, you can actually already apply for the jobs. And another thing is to like try to build something, try to get some products that you can showcase. So like have at least 2 projects that solve some market issue, okay? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time for spending with us on a Sunday morning. So I think we have marked the end of our first event, the Tech Career 101. So if everyone don't mind, can you please turn on the camera and our team will just get a screenshot as we will post this on our social media. Sorry for my background noise. I think my puppy is getting excited too. Yeah, so everyone don't be shy, just turn on your camera and you'll get a very quick screenshot. And then no worries if you miss out any parts, as we have this session recorded and we will post it on YouTube, and hopefully this will earn us some money, because UPM hackers want to be a YouTuber too. Like if we get any profit from there, then we can actually use it to organize activities. All right, so anyone want to turn on their camera? I can see a lot of one turning on. I can see Xia Wenchuan. Dan Jinren, please don't crash your car. We are still driving, right? All right, I can see almost everyone has turned on their camera. So Bashi, can you have to get a snap? Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, sure. 1, 2, 3. Smile. And the last one, do a freestyle. And that's it, guys. Thank you.
All right, so thank you everyone for joining in. And then sadly, we are
I
not.
have a reminder.
Sorry? Yeah, feel free.
Events will be contacted through email. So hopefully you guys can check your email for our events invitation for future also. And also for your friends that want to come to our event, please ask them to join us. And also check their email for the invitation and the link. And fill in the survey form, the feedback form for us. Thank you. That's all for me.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
No merits for you. Yeah, feel free to leave the meeting once you get the feedback form scanned. Bye guys.
I'm like the water when you